just started on.
Oh, Ira's already going. Well, congratulations, Iowa. Oh, yeah. It's Friday, January 4th, 2008, of course, and we're all excited about the results of yesterday's caucuses in Iowa. So here we are at Rainbow Wedding in the Same Love, Same Rights initiative, and we're just batting around our excitement about what went on yesterday. So who has some thoughts they'd like to share?
All right.
Here, I'll just hold the mic for you, Brent.
Okay. How about that? Yeah. Go right there. Now, I'm extremely excited. I've been a big Barack Obama fan for a little while now. I don't know. I read a couple of his books. I love them. I've been really excited. And after, last night, the good news, I think it's going to continue. I think he's our next president.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And what really got you stoked last night about the caucuses, about the win? Was there anything specific?
One, the turnout. They had 100,000 more people last night than they did in '04. And to me, that means people know they need to come out.
Yeah.
And, I think in 2004, we had like 50% of the people actually voted. So the turnout is just getting lower and lower.
Right.
And, that's a sign that people know that they can choose who our leaders are. Yeah. Instead of just saying, it doesn't matter, whoever we pick, it's not our choice. Instead of that mentality, it's no, we can get a good one.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Yeah. He's excited. All right, Carissa?
Yes, I was pretty as well about the turnout, and I just, went back and forth, watched a little bit of it on TV, but Cindy briefed us all in the car this morning, this is what happened, moment by moment. So yeah, I'm stoked, but as I was saying before, I do think that I want a candidate like Kucinich. I know we all feel like, oh, but he would get in there and legalize gay marriage straight away, I think, and everybody else is just going to talk about it, and I don't trust them. So civil unions are great, but it's still not, it's one of those separate,
separate but equal.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, so that's ooh, it just kind of gives you the willies when people say things like that. So it's disappointing. I wish that they would be more just outright about it. And how many gay people are in America that are not getting these rights? What is it?
19 million.
Yeah.
At least.
19 million Americans. And, they need to get out there and vote. 19 million is a lot. I'm not saying vote for Kucinich, but, we really need to stand up and demand these are rights that we are not being given, that we are guaranteed as Americans. That somehow 19 million people aren't getting those. It doesn't make sense. So anyways, yeah, the caucus was great, and hopefully with that turnout, it is kind of, it shows people do want change, and I just wish it would have happened 4 years ago, too, so we could, But,
it kind of did.
Yeah.
Ohio.
Yeah. I'm just excited to be rid of Bush, and I'm cool with Obama or Clinton, whoever gets in there. It'll be a first and a changing face for American leadership either way it goes. But I secretly don't trust them either.
Aha. All right. We'll have to see what unfolds in the Carissa land.
Everything's a conspiracy,
Well, I was kind of happy that John Edwards did so well. He said very honestly at one point early on in his campaign that he realized equal rights were important, but he personally couldn't get past the issue of defining marriage as between one man and one woman. But I believe Elizabeth has come forward and said more strongly that she does believe in gay marriage, and of course their daughter's in college and more of a hip age where she can probably talk to them a little more about what's really going on and the fact that same-sex marriage is on the horizon and they really need to get with the program. And I think John Edwards is authentic enough and not such a political gamer maybe that he might come around. So I was glad to see him do so well. And of course very surprised about Hillary being third. Clinton, I shouldn't call her Hillary. But yeah, it was very, very enlightening, and I want to applaud the Iowans for their courage in showing up last night and going against the grain, because it wasn't easy for them, I'm sure, to decide to cast their votes for Obama when they weren't sure if he was going to be winning material, or even Edwards. Not sure if he could even begin to beat out Clinton. And look what happened. They both beat her, and that's amazing. And Huckabee, for the Republicans, was quite the underdog, and look at the landslide there. So yes, I think they do want change. All right, we will end with Cindy here and her wisdom.
I don't know how much wisdom, but I'm like Carissa. I'm always trying to push the gay community a little bit further, a little bit past the headlines. We have a huge fight going on in Florida. If you don't know about it, check us online at Same Laws, Same Rights, and you'll understand what's going on in Florida. They're trying to put an amendment on the November ballot to a state constitutional amendment to ban same-sex marriage. There's a lot of conspiracy theory going on that is a way to bring out more conservative voters that will come to the polls, because if those gay people are allowed to be married, we got to go and vote, so they won't get that. I just read today that Indiana is going to try to put a constitutional amendment to ban same-sex marriage on the ballot in November. Now, both of these states already have laws that ban same-sex marriage, but they want to amend their state constitution as well, because they don't want those activist judges to go out there and overturn what's already on the law.
Because the real reason is that they just want the voters out, like you said. Yeah. The big guys probably don't even care about same-sex marriage. They're just using it as an issue.
That's right. It's a wedge issue, people. Wedge issue. So I challenge the community to stay on top of this issue. Join us at Same Laws, Same Rights. Get on board with us. We really want to try to stop the Florida amendment. We want to try to stop the Indiana amendment if that comes available. Also, Oregon was supposed to have domestic partnerships starting January 2nd. It's on hold now. So there's a lot going on, and it's a lot going on for the election. So I'm with Brad. I'm an Obama fan, but I want our candidates to realize that we matter as well, and the gay issues matter, and how are they going to court us, and how are they going to work for us as a community? But the community has to go out and demand that happens. So challenge you. 19 million, we got to stand up, man. We got to stand up and say we're important as well. Let's stop this Florida constitutional amendment. Let's stop Indiana if it gets on the board. Let's help Oregon. Let's do our part, That's right. That's real. Now we just got to stand up and do our part. That's the big thing. We got to get out there and do our part, and come together as a community and stop, just hanging out watching the L Word all the time. So let's get out there and do our part. All right. That's it. That's my wisdom.